This is Jess Thomas and Lauren Campbell reporting for the CLNS Radio newsfeed with this week's Roundtable. CLNS Radio is the leading online provider for audio-visual coverage of the Boston Red Sox. So here we are, first Roundtable in history of Red Sox newsfeed. Lauren, we're going to be talking some season preview this evening.
I am so excited. We had a few games in the books today. Red Sox tomorrow on Monday, so the most important day. I'm ready. I'm ready for the season, and I'm ready for these predictions to come true.
That's right. You get the season officially starting for the Red Sox on Monday. Today's Sunday, April 2nd. We're in April. There's snow on the ground, and baseball's happening. So let's jump right into this here. We're going to talk about the Red Sox first, because that's what we do. We're going to talk about our three key aspects of what we have. Three key aspects of the Red Sox for them to be good this year, basically, is how we're going to roll here. So my first one is, I think one of the biggest keys for the Red Sox to be good this year is Hanley Ramirez. He's got to play well. He's got to have his head in the game, and he's got to just be with it. I made in my bold prediction segment, I said he's going to hit 13 homers or less. So I don't think he's going to play well. I don't know how much it will affect the team, because I think they'll still be good, but I think they won't be as good as they could be, because I don't think he's going to play as well as he should.
Yeah, he's definitely a key, and I know we talked about it a little on Red Sox Beat without the voice of David Ortiz there. He really needs to keep his head in the game, and I don't really like how it's starting off, but hopefully he turns it around and surprises us like he did last season. My first key to a successful season is John Farrell, and I know I am all for John Farrell. I love the guy. I was all for bringing him back. And, last season people still complained that he was brought back, and you can't justify firing the guy. But I think this season, I wouldn't really say he's on the hot seat, but I'm going to say that, his moves are going to be watched. He's going to make some in-game decisions. I don't think he's going to make in-game decisions like he did last year with Stephen Wright pinch running for really no reason. But I really think his in-game decision, his bullpen decisions, and when he switches out the pitchers and everything, and his lineup decisions, all of his decisions are going to be super, super keys to a successful season.
Which is dumb. They shouldn't be. He should not be in the hot seat. It should not be that monitored that closely. We haven't been given enough reason. I know he's had a couple of bad seasons, but he's not playing the game. It's an extremely hard job, and he has a whole coaching staff that he makes decisions with. Should not be on this one guy, and it should not matter that much. I'm sorry, it just shouldn't. I don't care who he is, what team you're playing for. He should not be on the hot seat. He should feel like he's secure in his job. The team won 93 games last year. They're on pace to do it again this year. So why do we care so much? I agree. I think he is a key, but he shouldn't be.
Yep, it's ridiculous, but that's the way it goes in Boston.
It shouldn't be. I hate it. But it's true. My second key is Rick Porcello. So I could say Chris Sale. I could say David Price coming back. I could say all those things. But I think Rick Porcello is a huge key to the season, because the Red Sox were so good last year because he was so good. So if he's not what we expect him to be, because people are automatically now lumping Porcello into this category of ace pitcher with Chris Sale and with David Price. He's part of that now. So the expectations are up. He won 22 games last year. So there's a lot of pressure on this guy to get at least 17 wins, and a lot of people are expecting it. I'm expecting it too. I think he's a great pitcher. But if he has a huge bummer, gets 10 wins, it's going to change everything.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Rick Porcello, but I'm gonna bounce right off that and say I think David Price is another key, because I don't think he's on the DL officially yet, which is weird because the season starts in less than 24 hours. But his season, not that he had a terrible season last year, but it wasn't what we expected, and the whole sensitive Sally thing, the Twitter tirades, and just kind of he needs to be mentally strong, and I think with Rick Porcello, with Chris Sale, he's going to be able to kind of get past his sensitiveness. But if he has another bummer season, it's going to be like Porcello. It's kind of, everyone's going to turn on him. They're going to be like, this guy's a bum, wasted money, blah, blah, blah. So I think there's a lot of pressure on David Price this season.
I don't know what we can expect from the guy. He's still not even throwing off a mound. He still hasn't even thrown aggressively off of a field. When's this guy going to come back? It's April 2nd.
Awful.
Yeah, I don't see those anyways coming back before June if he's not even throwing off a mound right now. He's going to need rehab starts. He's going to be in the minors for like probably 4 or 5 starts, and that's after he gets comfortable on the mound. He's not even there. I don't see those anyways coming back before 2 months. So I don't know what we can expect from the guy. It's not good. It's not good at all. My third key is Jackie Bradley Jr. because, once again, kind of like Porcello, boom, expectation city, 26 homers, 29-game hitting streak, great fielding. This guy's in the spotlight now, and people are now saying, could this be the best outfield the Red Sox have ever had in history? And it's a legitimate question with Betts, Benintendi, and Bradley. But Bradley's a huge issue on that because he could hit 220 or he could hit 350. He could hit 6 home runs or he could hit 30 home runs. Really hard to know what to expect from the guy. So I think if he has another huge season, that's huge for the team. If he doesn't, then it's gonna affect things, and people are gonna be questioning how good he really is still.
Yep, it's absolutely. My third key is sticking with the pitching theme that I've had going on here is Craig Kimbrell, because he's our closer and we need him to be able to save games. Like we talked about this on Red Sox Beat, I'll reference it again, that he can't blow 1-run leads, he can't blow tie games, he can't blow any games. He's our closer. We predicted him. Well, I did predict him to get over 45 saves last season, and clearly that was a bust. And like we said about Porcello and Price, if he doesn't have a good season, it's not going to end well for him here. Like he needs to pitch well, and he needs to keep the Red Sox in these games. We could have won 6-7 more games if he didn't blow these easy leads that he did.
Yeah, no, it's huge. I mean, he was one of the best. He was probably the best closer in the league for 4 straight seasons for the 4 years before last year, and he got 45 plus saves. His ERA was incredible, and he was good last year, but he was too erratic. He blew too many games, and the results happened because of that. This team could have been on 105 games last year if he was sharp. He's getting older than he was before. He's not old, but he's getting older, so maybe his numbers will keep going down. But if he could have a bounce-back season, it's Boston. That happens a lot. Down first season, good second season. So huge, 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 huge. That's a really good one. I like it.
Thank you.
All right, let's move into our second and final segment here of this roundtable. Jess Thomas, Lauren Campbell here, Red Sox news feed. We're going to do some predictions around the league. We're going to give our division winner, our wild cards, and then our World Series matchup. So get ready here. We'll start with the AL East. Why not start with the big one? I'm picking the Red Sox.
Oh, me too. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that we would have picked the Red Sox? But bias aside, you got to look at their lineup on paper, their batting lineup, the pitching lineup, the bullpen. You look at it and it screams success. So how can we go against them?
Yeah, we're not the only ones picking them, so it's not because we're homers. We are, but that's not the reason we're picking them. So Red Sox for each. On to the Central. This is where it gets interesting. AL Central. I'm sure a lot of people are picking the Cleveland Indians. We'll see what you're picking, but I'm going to go different, and I'm going to go with the Kansas City Royals. I think they're going to rally around not having Rodano Ventura anymore because, as probably most of you know, he passed away in a car accident this offseason. They don't have him. He was one of their best pitchers. I think they're going to rally around that, and they're going to get right back to a similar place that they were just for the last several years. So I'm going the Royals. What about you?
I like it, and I'm going with everyone else and saying the Cleveland Indians. I love Terry Francona. I love what he's done with this team, and the run they had last year. I think they're going to bounce off that. I don't think there's going to be really any kind of hangover, sort of say, for them. I think they're going to pick up right where they left off, and they're going to be hungry for that World Series win. They're not going to get it because we'll get into that segment, but they're going to be hungry for it, and they're going to come out as the AL Central champions.
Yeah, you'll probably be right, but I want to be different, so I picked Kansas City. All right, on to the West. AL West, I am picking the Texas Rangers. I just feel like they're always having good seasons. They're a solid team, and I just feel like this might be their year. It's maybe not the trendiest pick. People are excited about the Mariners. The Astros could be good again, but I think Texas got it this year.
I like it, and I'm going with the Texas team as well, but I'm going with the Astros. Right. People still tend to forget that they're in the American League, and I think that I really want them to be good. I just want them to just come out on top. I had high hopes for them last season, and I think this year it's going to be their season.
All right. 2 out of 3 different. This is different than normal. I like it. Disagreement. Awesome. All right, in the wild cards for the American League, I am picking the Indians because I had to pick them to be in the playoffs. Okay. and the Astros. So I'm going with your two division winners in the wild card to come out of there. What about you?
I am going with the none other than Seattle Mariners and Toronto Blue Jays because I can't leave them out of a playoff race.
Wow.
You just can't. They always, if they're falling off, they come right back. There's always something with them.
They lost Encarnacion, though.
But they have Bautista still.
Yeah, he's not that good anymore.
That flips for days.
All right, fair enough. On to the NL. NL East. I'm not going again with the trendy pick of the Washington Nationals. I'm going with the New York Mets. I'm going to bring back the magic of 2 years ago. They're going to win the division. I don't know if they get to the World Series. We'll get to that. But I'm picking them to win the East. What about you?
I am as well. I was going to go Nationals, but like I said, trendy pick. I don't like Bryce Harper, so anytime I can go against him, I will. And I like the Mets. I like what they can do. And like you said, that magic from 2 years ago, there's no way that's all gone. So I'm picking them to win the NL East.
Yeah, I'm sick of Washington. They're always hyped up. So forget them. Central. You think I'm going with the Cubs? Of course I'm not going with the Cubs. Why did I go with the Cubs? I'm going with St. Louis Cardinals. They're always good. They're good every year. They're always right at the top. They dropped off a little to 86 wins last year because the Cubs were destroying everybody. But St. Louis is coming back with a vengeance this year, and they are winning the NL Central.
See, that's where you're wrong because I'm going with the Cubs. I know it's an easy pick, but same thing kind of what I said for the Indians. They're just going to feed off that what they did last year, even though they lost Dexter Fowler to the Cardinals. I think that they're going to keep going. Madden does wonderful things for that team, and he knows what he's doing. And I think it's just going to keep going, and they're going to just take over the Central. I don't think they're going to win as many games as they did last season, but it's going to be close.
Fair enough. West. I'm going crazy again. Torey Lovello. I'm going the Arizona Diamondbacks to win the NL West.
Wow.
Over the Dodgers, over the Giants. I'm doing it. I have no reason to pick this. They'll probably be terrible, but I think he's a good dude. He's a good manager, and they're going to surprise everyone. And
he got his first win today, didn't he?
He did.
So they're undefeated. So you're on your way. I'm going to Giants. It's an odd year, so I don't think they're going to go much further than that. But I love the Giants, and we all know I love Johnny Cueto, so I need them to be in the playoffs, and I think they're always a good team. They're always right there, and I think it's time for them to get their hype up again. Again, not an even year, and I know it kind of fell off last year, but that's all right. They're going to come right back, and they're going to win that division.
Yeah, I picked them to win the championship last year, so I'm easing off them this year. And the wild card, I'm going Nationals and Cubs because I didn't pick any of their divisions.
I am going Dodgers and the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Those little pesky Pirates.
Yes.
All right, so those are our picks for the divisions and the wild card, and we're going to jump right ahead to the World Series. We're going to waste no time. My World Series, Texas Rangers versus St. Louis Cardinals. Wow.
If you could see my face right now, you can't, but wow. Two teams I did not expect to come out of your mouth. I'm going to be really basic and say Red Sox Cubs. It's right. What I want. The amazing World Series, and I can't go against my Red Sox.
I wanted to pick the Red Sox, but I picked them to lose in the ALCS in my prediction segment, so I couldn't change from that. So they're going to lose to the Texas Rangers in the ALCS. I don't really want that to happen, but we'll see what happens. And Cardinals are just good usually, so I think they're going to be good again. And my champion of the World Series is St. Louis Cardinals.
Woo! I mean, we all know my champs, the Red Sox, so.
Then you're going to be right, because the Red Sox are going to win anyway. I'm just crazy.
You are crazy. You've said a lot of crazy things tonight.
Yep. That's how I roll. I like to be different, because we're always wrong anyway, so why not be wrong from the start?
True. Gotta have fun.
So there you go. That is your first Newsfeed Roundtable Red Sox edition. And those are our picks, season preview. So Red Sox season starts tomorrow on Monday. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that's it for us. This has been Jess Thomas and Lauren Campbell for Red Sox Newsfeed Roundtable edition.